Tonight on CTV News, a child is hit on the way to school. We'll bring you updates on their condition.
Then we go live to Bella Roberts, where City Council decides on the site of the former Hughes Stadium.
And polls close across the state. We bring you updates of the results of the ballot measures. All this and more starting now on CTV.
Good evening, Rams. We begin with a developing story from this morning. I'm Sammy Demers.
And I'm Jake Oskveric. A child was struck by a car this morning in South Fort Collins. According to the Coloradan, the accident took place around 8:45 this morning at the intersection of Bent Haven and Wabash Streets. Police say that the child was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Authorities confirmed that the student attended Lopez Elementary. Police have not yet released any more information on the crash.
Fort Collins City Council is set to discuss the former Hughes Stadium site.
That's right, the council session began about an hour ago. For more, let's head over to Bella Roberts live at City Hall. Bella, what's going on out there?
That's right, Jake and Sammy. We're here right now where the meeting is still underway. The council is currently introducing the item and will be discussing the zoning for the 600 to 700 houses that Leonard Homes plans to build.
I suppose that I would have to be in favor for it, just in the sense of coming from the perspective that a lot of the usable land for housing within Fort Collins is, I think we're about over 90% of the usable land in Fort Collins is already being used for housing, and so trying to reclaim some more land for housing would be a lot better in terms of trying to keep prices down. I would think increasing the supply would help with that. I would appreciate it even more if it were student housing, but I guess I'm fine with it being open up to the public. But
CSU and Leonard Homes await the City Council's decision to see where that contract goes moving forward.
You've seen, Bella.
Well, as we were walking in, there were actually people who were against what CSU is doing, handing out pamphlets, and the turnout is very large right now. It looks to be like there's only standing room in there.
Well, thank you, Bella. Polls have just closed across the state, and we will soon be getting returns on how voters decided on several ballot measures.
That's right, Jake. Voters are deciding on legalizing sports gambling, funding education without raising taxes across the state. Locally, here in Laramie County, voters are weighing on a sale tax increase. We will bring you updates on results throughout the night on our Twitter. And Bella and Lauren will bring us more updates on Thursday.
Police identified the person who was killed in a fatal crash in the Poudre Canyon last week. The victim was identified as 32-year-old Logan Martinez of Alamosa. According to police, Martinez was pronounced dead at the scene. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office said that drugs and alcohol were not a factor in the crash, but speeding was.
The Laramie County Sheriff's Office announced a major break in a 23-year-old case in northern Colorado this afternoon. Police say they arrested the woman in connection to the cold case this morning. The suspect is a 42-year-old Jennifer Catalinch. The cold case dates back to 1996, when the body of an unborn child was found at Horsetooth Reservoir. According to reports, Catalinch was a student at CSU at the time.
A 22-year-old has been charged in connection to tampering with evidence that killed a CSU student in 2018. According to the Coloradan, Coleman Carver pled guilty to a felony charge for tampering with evidence that was associated with the death of 21-year-old Finnegan Daly. According to Fort Collins police, Daly's death was ruled an accident. The charge against Carver is due to the fact that he removed beer cans as well as ammunition from the scene, and he waited nearly 20 minutes before calling 911. Carver is set to be sentenced on December 4th, where he could face 12 to 18 months in prison and a $100,000 fine.
The Centers for Disease Control is warning residents in Colorado of a severe salmonella outbreak. The outbreak, which has already killed one person in California, has affected 5 states, including Colorado. According to the Coloradoan, 3 people have already been hospitalized in Colorado. The CDC warns of symptoms of salmonella last about 4 to 7 days. Diarrhea, stomach cramps, and fever take place for the first 12 to 72 hours after being exposed. The CDC also reminds people to make sure to keep raw meat separate from other foods, washing hands after touching raw meat, and not to eat raw meat. And for cooking meat, to make sure that it reaches a temperature of 160 degrees.
After reaching a 100-day milestone of her presidency, CSU President Joyce McConnell will be inaugurated on November 14th at 10:30 in the morning. The event is closed to the public. However, live streams will be set up around campus for students and faculty to watch. Throughout the month, McConnell is hosting a question and answer forum with students on November 21st from 11 in the morning to noon. The administration hopes that students turn out to share their thoughts, concerns, and ideas. For those who are not able to attend the sessions, you are still able to email presofc@colostate.edu.
November 14th marks 20 years of climate action for the School of Global Environmental Sustainability at CSU as the city of Fort Collins itself.
On November 14th, 2019, the CSU School of Global Environmental Sustainability and the city of Fort Collins will celebrate 20 years of climate action.
The scientists here span a range of knowledge around ecosystems and ecology and the environment and human interactions. We have this kind of knowledge base in our sociology and political science departments, our atmospheric science department, in biology, in Warner College. So there's just kind of a critical mass that has always been here. I think it has something to do probably with, 1, we're a land-grant institution, and 2, this is Colorado, where the environment matters. And so I think that has drawn a lot of kind of critical mass to the problem.
Being in such an eco-friendly part of the state, it's no wonder that CSU has been so instrumental in taking action against climate change in Colorado as well as the rest of the world.
There's been a long history again of interest in this topic and work on trying to solve the problems around climate. SOJUS itself has been around just over 10 years now, and this is of course a major issue when we talk about sustainability. And it's been a place, SOJUS has been a place where we've brought together researchers from disparate disciplines on campus and allowed them to engage in meaningful ways.
CSUS plans for future climate action. Visit sustainability.colostate.edu.
According to the Military Times list, Colorado State University is second in the nation for vet-friendly universities. Here's a look into some of the unique resources offered for vets and adult learners at the university.
Colorado State University was recently named second in the nation on the Military Times list for best schools for student veterans.
And here at CSU, we have the Adult Learner and Veterans Office. This office is special to CSU because it's not only a veterans break room, but it's an adult learner break room. And so you have all forms of people who are coming back as transfer students into CSU able to interact together.
There is a few different ways the ALVS sets their veterans up for success. As I was talking about, community and events and having the space. In addition, there are specific scholarships offered to veterans that aren't necessarily offered at other schools. But in addition, what CSU does is they created this program called Elevate over the summer for veterans transitioning out of the military and into school. So what the Elevate program does is it helps give people introductory courses in English composition as well as mathematics to get people comfortable and transitioning into school smoothly and while having the foundations of math and English to be able to transition in.
When I came here and found CSU on the Military Times listing of being a number 5 public institution, that's an indicator right away that there's a third party that says CSU values their veterans. It was immediately clear that these people are here for us and want us to succeed, and they don't just want to see the GI benefit come to help the school's finances.
CSU was the very first school to create an honor society for veterans called Salute. not only were we the first school, we are still the national headquarters for it, and we have our own salute organization here. And we're able to provide a service for veterans that most other schools can't match. That's why we are number 2.
As a veteran student, I can vouch for the services available here on campus. Now, running is a big part of the military, and speaking of running, we had some runners in Fort Collins this past weekend, didn't we?
We did, and I for sure wasn't one of them. I don't know about you all, but I definitely don't run.
I am definitely not a runner either.
My running days myself are behind me, but
Yeah, for sure. But we had girls and guys this past weekend here for the Girls on the Run 5K, which made a stop in Fort Collins. But this wasn't any typical 5K run. The celebration also included recognizing accomplishments of girls and guys while expressing gratitude.
Girls on the Run 5K is a program based on building self-esteem, informing girls on how powerful their voices are, and teaching them to be grateful.
So after they ran today, I mean, for them to run a 5K, huge accomplishment for them. A lot of these girls had not run before, and although it's Girls on the Run, it's really not a running program. It's way more about the girls and their heart and really learning to express themselves, and the confidence builder of this 5K is amazing.
Girls were encouraged to take a leaf after the 5K and write what they are grateful for.
Right, you know, we do different things. This one we did because it is fall and it's Thanksgiving time. We've also done other things. We did where they did flowers in a garden, and that was what that was our gratitude garden.
Since it is the beginning of November, the program is proud of the accomplishments of their participants.
Huge accomplishment for them. They feel great about themselves, but also seeing kind of the groups of girls that have done this 10-week program together. You know, they count on each other, they support each other. So to see them after all excited, and they did it together. So it's a sense of community that is just, that's my favorite.
This was the first time the organization brought the 5K to Fort Collins, and they're hoping to stick around for more years to come. For more information on how to get involved with this program, you can visit girlsontherunrockies.org. But don't go anywhere just yet, Rams. I have more entertainment for you after the break.